Paiz just dropped a pregnancy announcement that absolutely shook the internet. And what happened next was something no one expected. Not from her, and definitely not from Austin McBroom. The reactions, the timeline, the rumors, everything spiraled fast. But behind all the noise is a story that goes way deeper than one Snapchat post. So let's get into the full picture, because this situation didn't start with one test. It started years ago. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop a comment if you love this kind of content. All right, let's dive in. Before all the chaos, Catherine and Austin were untouchable. The Ace family wasn't just a YouTube channel, it was an empire. Millions of views on every upload, lavish giveaways, giant milestones, a life that looked perfectly curated down to every pastel-colored thumbnail. They built the image of a dream family, 3 adorable kids, a booming business, and a lifestyle influencers could only wish for. To fans, they were the blueprint of online success. But the higher the platform, the deeper the cracks. And those cracks were starting to show long before anyone admitted it. Because what the internet didn't see was the pressure behind the scenes, the expectations, the brand deals that demanded smiles even on days when the relationship wasn't picture perfect. And as the channel grew, the distance between their online life and their real life grew too. It was only a matter of time before the truth made its way to the surface. But this was only the beginning. As the Ace family expanded, so did the problems. Their massive mansion, the one fans saw as a symbol of their success, suddenly became headlines for all the wrong reasons. Financial issues, lawsuits, accusations, the kind of chaos no influencer wants attached to their name. And through all this, the channel kept pumping out content, smiling through stress, laughing through tension, acting like nothing was wrong. But anyone paying attention could sense something shifting, mostly between Catherine and Austin. Videos looked more strained. Moments that used to feel natural suddenly felt forced, and fans began to ask the question they never thought they'd ask. Is the Ace family okay? Turns out, they weren't. January 2024 finally broke the illusion. Catherine and Austin posted synchronized statements announcing their divorce, and overnight, the internet lost it. For years, fans believed they were rock solid, so seeing them split felt unreal. But what came after shocked people even more. Catherine's redemption arc started instantly. The internet sided with her almost immediately. Influencers, fans, even longtime critics were suddenly rooting for her. She looked lighter, happier, finally herself again. It was clear most people saw her as the one who held the family together. And then came the allegations, not from gossip pages, but from Catherine herself. When a few pages of her upcoming memoir leaked, she finally confirmed what people had whispered for years. Austin hadn't been loyal. According to her, cheating wasn't just a rumor, it had been real. The betrayal ran deep, and the emotional toll was heavier than the camera ever showed. Austin responded, but in typical Austin fashion, his explanation opened another can of worms. He admitted to stepping out, but tried shifting some of the blame back onto Catherine. And just like that, the internet dragged him again. But the story didn't end there. Because Catherine wasn't done living life, and Austin wasn't done reacting to it.
Me holding my wife's hand. But you guys want to bring up a clip where it was 5 seconds of a video of me giving my speech, and then when I gave Catherine to Mike to tell her speech, I step away for a second to catch my breath because I just got done playing in an hour-long basketball game, and I wanted to catch my breath, and I wanted to wipe the sweat off of my forehead, and then I get right back next to her. She wants to use that specific moment out of all the 10 years we've ever been through anything to define me as a terrible person and a terrible husband. Friends that met through their spiritual journey on one of these retreats. Just friends. Here are the messages that I came across that I didn't know what to think of it. And that's why I took her word and believed her, because I had no idea what this meant. What does that mean? No idea. But as time was going on, it started to show that this is somebody that she was connecting with. They've been hosting these ceremonies for the past year at Catherine's house where my kids lay their head.
Almost a year after the divorce, Catherine hard launched her relationship with Igor. a simple caption, "My love." And the internet erupted with support. Fans weren't skeptical or bitter. They were excited for her, happy for her, and honestly, it was the softest, most wholesome reaction the internet has given any influencer in years. Then, a few months later, she dropped an even bigger plot twist. She got engaged to Igor. Shortly after, they got married. It all happened quickly, but not in a chaotic way. More like she finally found peace. And while Catherine was moving forward, Austin was navigating things differently. He had his own relationship for a while, but that ended too. He kept himself busy with a Snapchat show and little projects here and there. Surprisingly, his public image had calmed down a bit. Fewer controversies, fewer scandals. It looked like the dust had finally settled for both of them. At least, that's how it seemed. Because then, Catherine uploaded that video, and everything flipped.
I stopped taking my birth control on the day of my wedding. And I had my period. The moment I started walking down that aisle, I started my period 1 week early. And I am pregnant exactly to the day 1 month after my wedding. And we were careful. We were not planning on getting pregnant. So God said, "You're gonna be pregnant when I say you're gonna be pregnant."
Catherine posted a Snapchat vlog from Doha, saying she'd been getting up to pee 5 times a night, something that only happens to her when she's pregnant. She took a test on camera. 2 bold, undeniable lines appeared almost instantly. She was shocked, like really shocked. She said she'd stopped her birth control the day she got married and thought she and Igor were being careful. But life had other plans. A month after getting married, exactly 1 month, she found out she was pregnant, and the internet exploded. People started pointing out how the math seemed off. Others said her reaction felt too planned. Some accused her of dragging out the announcement for more ad revenue. And the comment section began spiraling with theories. But one type of comment overshadowed all the rest. Someone check on Austin. He's gonna lose it. Incoming Austin crash out. This is his breaking point. Everyone expected chaos, a meltdown, a rant, a 5-minute Snapchat spiral. Austin has a reputation for reacting big when he's emotional, except this time, he didn't. Instead of blowing up, Austin surprised everyone. He posted a long series of Snapchat stories, and at the very end, he addressed the announcement, calmly, maturely, almost peacefully. He congratulated Catherine and Igor. He said enough time had passed, and people should let them live separate lives. He asked the audience not to drag their drama back together. It was the opposite of what everyone predicted. But make no mistake, Austin still knows how social media works. He made the thumbnail of his story a picture of Catherine's pregnancy test. He knew people would click. He knew the curiosity would be insane. And he definitely knew the whole thing would rack up views. No meltdown, no anger, but still a strategic play. Meanwhile, Igor posted his own reaction. Sweet, emotional, genuinely excited. He talked about how new this experience will be for him, how grateful he feels, and how ready he is to step into fatherhood. And Catherine kept sharing updates, saying she's around 6 weeks along and already showing. She even joked that Igor unknowingly picked up both of them at the airport. Everything seemed soft, hopeful, and shockingly peaceful. But of course, the internet wasn't ready to stop talking.
But again, I know you guys won't let me move on without addressing the elephant in the room. I'm going to address it for you guys, and hopefully you guys can let me live my life. I want to say congratulations to Catherine and Igor. They're having a baby. Exciting. That's amazing. Again, congratulations to them. And I hope you guys, I think enough time has passed so you guys can kind of like let Catherine live her life and let me live her life separately and not have to like drag us into each other's life. let life be and let everyone be happy, okay?
This wasn't just about a pregnancy, it was about the end of an era. An entire internet generation grew up watching the Ace family, for better or worse. Seeing them divorced, then seeing one of them remarried, then seeing a new baby on the way. It made people feel something, whether it was nostalgia, confusion, excitement, or straight up shock. Catherine went from a YouTube mom trapped in an exhausting cycle of clickbait and chaos to an author, a wife, and someone building a new life on her own terms. Austin went from scandal after scandal to surprisingly measured, composed, and quieter. Their lives have fully diverged, and this pregnancy announcement was the moment everyone realized it. Because now, the Ace family isn't just split, it's evolving. Catherine is writing a new chapter, literally and figuratively. Austin is learning how to exist outside of the brand they built together, and fans are trying to understand what this means for the legacy of the channel that once dominated YouTube. And honestly, it's rare to see a story this dramatic somehow end in something that looks peaceful.